Right, guys, so this is the DXY. For those who don't know, this is an index that measures the performance of the dollar in the market. So right now we are looking at an uptrend. This is a monthly time frame. We're just projecting to see what is really happening in the market. Right now the dollar is not really doing good. It's weakening across the board. So that is basically because of what is going on in the US. The US with President Trump threatening tariffs on allies, and also people really losing that confidence in the dollar and investing in other assets. And also, yeah, so the dollar is really weakening. That's why you see this drop here in the US dollar index, which is the DXY. All right, so we previously, in a monthly time frame, you can actually see that generally this index has been rallying upwards from around 2010. All right, that's a long time ago. All right, rallying up ever since. So what we see right now is a kind of correction. Okay, it created a higher high right here, and now it dropped, and then there is that consolidation, and we are looking at this index really dropping even further down. So we are looking at this index probably dropping all the way down to this point right here. Okay, we are looking at the dollar index dropping to around 99 basis points, or right there around about. Okay, around about there, because you can see that bearish momentum on a monthly time frame. That is a very powerful candle. All right, because previously we thought that the dollar is really going to strengthen when it broke above this level. Okay, we thought that this would happen. Okay, this is what we anticipated would happen: a break above there and a retest here, and then continue further up. But that did not happen. There was that reversal, a break below here. So right now we are looking at the dollar index weakening even more back to these levels over here. So you are looking at about say around 99, 100 there about basis points for DXY. So the dollar determines generally, because it's the dominant currency in the world and it's used a lot for trading around the world. So we use the DXY, or the dollar index, to determine how the market is going to be, whether it's going to be ranging, whether it's going to be trending. So right now we are really pretty much in a range. It's not really going up or down, but in lower time frames, since this is a monthly time frame, you can go to a lower time frames and you can see that really this is falling. Let's go to a daily time frame just to look at how the dollar is performing. So basically what we are looking at with the dollar is we are selling the DXY. All right, we are selling the DXY back to this point here. Okay, to about 100 basis points around this point. Okay, all right, so that's what we are looking at for the dollar. And since the US dollar is weakening, okay, is weakening, it could even drop further to this point, to about 96 basis points. So right now the dollar is not doing good because people are not sure how it's going to perform, or what the US foreign policy, or the US is going to do with the tariffs on other on allies and all of that. So it's destabilizing the market right now. That's why you see this poor performance by the US dollar. And this affects why I bring up the DXY, is because the DXY is the index that tracks the performance of the dollar. So we see that the dollar is losing value across the board. So if the dollar is losing value, it affects other currency pairs. Okay, just like the Euro USD. Let's go to the Euro USD. And as you can see here, as the DXY is falling, the Euro USD is rising. Okay, that applies also to the GBP USD. You can see here. Let's go back to the monthly so that you can see it clearly. So this is your Euro USD. All right, this is the Euro USD. You can see that this here it has been falling for quite a long time. All right, it has been in a downtrend for a long time, Why? Because the dollar was strong, okay, doing very well since 2008. That's why we can see that drop, and we can see that there's a support level here. There's a support level here, and last week we were anticipating that the dollar would strengthen. So when that break below happened, most traders were anticipating this kind of scenario to happen, but that did not happen. Why? Because the dollar weakened, and we saw that rise in the Euro USD asset price, all back to this point. So we are looking at next week, this coming week, we are looking at buying the Euro US dollar back to this point here. Remember, this is a monthly time frame, so there's this gap here that has to be closed, okay, all the way up here, okay, to this trend line on a monthly time frame. If we see a break above this level, then we are possibly looking to continue buying Euro USD. If it breaks above that level, we are going to continue buying Euro USD all the way to these levels over here, okay, possibly. If the dollar continues to weaken, that is the scenario we are looking at. But also, never know what happens when it gets to this trend line. We could see another bounce below back to these levels over here. But right now we are looking at a very bullish Euro USD back to that monthly trend line. So guys, watch out. The dollar is weakening a bit across the board. That's why you see that destabilization. I really hate to see the dollar behave like this and destabilizing the major currencies. It doesn't help with the predictability in the market. But yeah, that's what we thought last week. It would drop, but it did not drop below this triangle here. It did not drop. It was a very nice setup. Everyone was anticipating this drop, but it did not drop. So that rise there also, many traders saw this bullish momentum and bought Euro USD until this point here. The same applies to GBP USD. Okay, you can see it's the same. Okay, GBP USD and Euro USD have a positive correlation. That means they move in the same exact direction. So this is a drop. Okay, so we are expecting that you can see also it's the same market structure with Euro USD. So we saw that bounce back from this level from last week. We saw this bounce off of this area. Okay, we thought it would drop further down since it created this lower low, but you can see that it's bouncing back to retest this trend line here from a monthly time frame. And should it break above this level, if it breaks above this level, what we are looking at is a continuation of the weakening of the dollar. Continues to weaken, a break above, a possible retest, and a continuation to those levels over there. Okay, so we might be looking at buying all the way to that point, and then continuing the buys all to that point. Should the dollar weaken, continue to weaken. Right now the dollar is not really doing good, as you know, geopolitics and Trump threatening the tariffs on allies and all of that. Okay, so that is what is happening in the market right now. That also affects gold. As with gold, you can see here on a 4-hour time frame, really gold last week couldn't break and create new highs. Okay, the highest it has ever been is 2,956. It did not really cross above there, and we are seeing that consolidation happening. Okay, we are seeing this consolidation happening right here. Okay, so we are really looking at gold. If the US dollar continues to weaken, okay, if the US dollar continues to weaken, this will help gold to rise and probably break above this 2,956 thereabout. Okay, this coming week. Hopefully, if the US dollar continues to weaken, this will cause the rise of this will cause gold to rise in value. Probably people will start buying gold to break above here and create new highs this coming week. So guys, this is what I anticipate this coming week. Be very, very careful. All right. because right now it's an interesting time in the market when you expect the dollar to strengthen. Later on, I believe the dollar will strengthen towards the end of the year when things stabilize in the US, hopefully. So back to the DXY, that is the index that tracks the performance of the US dollar. So as you can see, as the US dollar drops in value, it affects the market generally, okay? The market is affected because major currencies are also affected, the Euro USD, JPP USD. And if those pairs are not trending, the other pairs are not really showing a clear direction, the other pairs are not also trending. All right. So that is the foresight for this coming week. I hope you take advantage. You could actually sell the DXY. If you are trading DXY, you could actually sell to this point here. Okay. You can sell to that point and also buy JBP USD. Back to this is Euro USD. You could buy Euro USD to this point, and should it break above here, you continue buying to that point. And also you could also buy JBP USD. Okay, those are the ones I'm looking at this week, and every other pair that is involved with the US dollar. All right, if the US dollar is the quote currency in that pair, you are going to be looking at buying. If the US dollar is the best currency, okay, you are going to be looking at selling. That's basically what I'm looking at this week. So be careful, guys. All right. Thank you very much for always coming back to watch my videos. Like the video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, you are missing out a lot. Consider subscribing today.